Wish they'd let us off station. Air up here is just recycled spacer farts.
Rizzo's mock apple cider. A hard cider for a hard life.
Ugh.
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
Interrupt your regular schedule. Advertisement for the following stop. The board would like to Ramon Spacers. Another travel. There's the passage to Monarch. For your protection. Canyons of acid and sulfur rain.
How do you do? And, welcome. Sorry. Oh, you can't miss her. Right behind you, number 2. First. Yep.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient, or an oven. Just like store-bought. Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in. Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms... Do you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years. Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Sounds like someone poking into somewhere they shouldn't be got into a spot of trouble.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around. You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs. Don't forget to come find... Might want to acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, Groundbreaker's chief. She's been trying to get a handle. You'll find her fretting in engineering. I'd say she's a sweet girl, but law forfend someone call me a liar. I found a handsome...
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Do you have what it takes to protect a corporate township from the dangers of alien wildlife and the unemployed? Talk to your local manager about applying for military training and lend your life to protecting our wonderful brands and products. Service does not guarantee full employment rights, tax breaks, and military discounts. Story brought to you by Halcyon. All the news fit to broadcast.
Rizzo Spectrum Vodka.
I had a question about your plan.
Hey there, you mind stepping back? This charming... I'd surely love to, but that's just not my bailiwick. Gosh, I wouldn't dream.
She's a good ship, ma'am.
Happy to hear it. I ain't felt so much as a tepid...
Well, it doesn't smell as bad here as Edgewater's graveyard.
Either way, let's not stick around so long we all roast alive.
Whew. Have yourself...
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards. This is
XF4.
Thought there'd be more machinery. Must be housed on a sublevel.
Markets.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. No, it isn't. It's a mess. But it's my mess, so I'll take the compliment. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineer. Good. Don't go making trouble, and chances are you won't find any. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious. Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe we see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with...
Junlei is fine.
Force of habit, I guess. Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if... Well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Right. In person. Sure thing, Captain. Wow, great. I'll do that. Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are... Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship. Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner. None. Every time I give in to the board, Groundbreaker loses its freedom. Soon there won't be anything left. I can't allow that. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get the... Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays. Sorry, I forgot not everyone knows this ship like I do. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now. You must not have been here long. In Halcyon, new parts come by way of interstellar freighters from Earth, and the board monopolizes that kind of trade. That means I'd have to negotiate with the board. I've already given them the shops, the docking fees, and a damn embassy. Damn right. And while I'm captain of the Groundbreaker, it falls to me to preserve... Good.
This is Halcyon News.
What was that? Not so. What do you think you're doing? Don't complicate my job, okay? Shh. What was that? Looking sharp.
Easy does it.
Gosh, that's clever.
There it is. Just yank the drive, and I'll do the rest. Now that we have the data cartridge, I can finally find out where that... Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. Only he's not listed on the return manifest. Must have made landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed... Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same bit card he used to buy his seat on the salvage ship. I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the authorities? I admit it was a bit of a long shot, but when you've spent...
Sorry about the heat. Chief Tennyson will get the radiators fixed soon. Of course, Oh, and it's not the best choice. It's a lot of slogans to keep. Heard of it? My orientation Aetherwave showed that fame.
That's true.
That's a spacious choice, Spirit. Take what you have, polish it. So, what can I get you? Some soap? Have a look.
Are you listening to me? You can't get me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene. I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene? Furu? Let me get one thing straight. As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital...
What seems to be the problem? Not without dispensation from Chief June. If only my other patients had so many inquiring after them. The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in and requested I admit no... She's not my patient. I'm certain no one on my staff would falsify patient records. Take care.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it if you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. Or have... Did he now? The mouth on that man. He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate. I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start. You look out, though. The place is probably...
You're sure this is perfectly safe? I'd rather not die early of an infectious disease myself.
For the last ratted on rotten time. You hull-headed quacks do know that restful recuperation... What? Why? Everything's fine. We're all fine here. I'm just terrible, dreadful sick is all. Got a cough that... Should've known she'd send a bruiser after me. Damned if I don't rue the day I saved her scrawny little hide. Inadvertently? Alright, okay. We can just... Seems I've got to do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone with one ear and an...
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you, you, ain't with the board. See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low. Oh, laws. Wait, don't gut me and skin me yet. Please, talk to Bedford. Tell him I can pay. Surely you wouldn't drag me before him. I'm dreadful contagious. What? No, I didn't do anything. Think? No. I recognize a contracted killer when I see one, thank you. In my life, all right, I'll fess this part up too, if it means you'll help me. 3 weeks back, I caught rumor that the Blood Tear diamond, last worn by an heiress on the Lost Hope, had surfaced for the first time in 70 years. If I had, you think I'd be hiding out in the med bay? I was gonna steal it, lined up Udom as my buyer. He paid half up front to finance the operation. Let's just say things went sideways about the time I got my hands on the diamond. Anywho, I barely made it out with my life, and nary a plan to make back Udom's deposit I'd spent. Udom Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me... Thanks for helping me with the board. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one.
At a moment. Yeah, he just needs a little touch.
The board. Organized, efficient.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. You must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that you... Has something happened?
Hmm? What's up?
Oh no, this is terrible.
What did?
Oh.
No.
He
I
was
was
my
already
dearest
playing my
friend.
own shit. I was
You have
like,
his shit,
yeah,
you
I'm
must
in the middle
know.
of this. I
That
kinda
picture
don't
of us on
wanna
the
play.
promenade, me hugging him wincing.
Not with Riley, no.
That's just like him. Such a sentimental man. Tell me. No! How dreadful. That was always Alex's greatest fear, you know. Devoured by those fiends. Right. You're going in. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything? You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist. Well, Alex knew, or he said he did. And you have his ship. Maybe he kept... That's... Well... Oh, I'm sorry. It's personal business, I'm afraid. Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would go... It's fine, really. Now, if you've nothing else... Miss Doyle owes the board a significant sum. Alas, the only collateral she has... That's not unreasonable.
I guess it's better than losing your organs, but...
Miss Doyle is deeply in debt, and the board has every right to do whatever they like to recoup that debt. What guarantee do I have that she'll agree? I quite concur. It's refreshing to deal with someone practical for it. I will recall my collection agent. Tell Miss Doyle to report to me promptly for her. Now, is there anything else you need, or can I return to my work?
What are you trying to do, Rico? Who, me? I'm done. Carl, do you want to play Hunt again?
Seriously, don't mix it.
Yeah, I can do it. Missions.